Hi, everybody. Okay, let's see. My husband had been monkeying with my tripod for something else, and so I've just gotten it back up here, hopefully in the right space. I think so. So, anyway, this is a Christmas journal that I made a couple of weeks ago. I needed a break from regular journaling. I pulled all my Christmas stuff out. Huge mistake. Huge. I mean, I had Christmas like throw up on the floor of my craft room. And my intention was to do a couple of these videos. And a couple of these journals. And I'm sure that I will, but I had to like clean up the mess. So I thought I would film this tonight. I'm still in the process of organizing. It's that time of year where I organize my craft room. So anyway, let's get down to business. Down to brass tacks. Okay, so this journal measures 4 3/4 by 7.5. Um, I don't know how many pages it is, but we'll find out together. I forget. So most of this you're gonna see is Tim Holtz. I love his Christmas. I do have other collections, but I love like I'm a Timmy fan through and through. So anyway, this is one of the baseboards, and I have some acetate there, and behind it is one of his. I think it's like a journaling card, or it may just be part of the ephemera pack from the Noel. Over here, we've got some poinsettias that I put some stickles on, some Winkastella, a little rock candy. I did some splattering with picket fence and, lots of layering. This is a rusted star. I did not make this one. I have rusted things in the past with my girlfriend, especially my crafty bestie up north, and boy, that's a mess to work on that, but they turned out good anyway. Okay, so that's part of the winter paper dolls. 25. This is a little I made it a doorknob. That's just what came to me. One of his flashcards that says Mary, and some layering of vintage laces. You got a vintage bell and a little angel. And it's held together by some really pretty velvet ribbon. Oh my God, I love this ribbon. And I went searching to try to find more because obviously I didn't get a whole heck of a lot of it. And I haven't found it yet, but when I search for something, I search for something. Okay, so this first page is just this is a baseboard that says wish. Some collaging here. Also, again, some vintage lace with some dangles. That one happens to be a snowflake. In here's a little pocket with some ephemera in there. A winter paper doll. And then over here on this page, we have this came out of, I want to say one of the ephemera packs, but there's two that are specific, and I can't remember what that one is, but, well, anyway, it's something. In here, we've got a little pocket, little tag in there. This 25 is a die that I have, and I cut that out. Not all the numbers came out very easily, so I was like kind of disappointed. You turn it over. This is a Timmy die, again a number die. Open it up, and it's just a little notepad and a little pocket here with just a little ticket in it. And the paper's Tim Holtz, the washi, Tim Holtz. And then I tried to I gunmetal painted this with some alchemy waxes, and then I tried to rust it a little bit with some more alchemy waxes. I wasn't super happy with how much it didn't rust, but that's okay. On this side, we have a little envelope. We've got a bell. Oh, you can't see. You've got a bell and a snowflake, a rusted safety pin, no, a rusted paper clip, and inside is some ephemera, which I'm not going to pull out. So whoever receives this, you know, we'll have some surprises. Yeah. Clip that back on. All right. Here we go. On this page, this is some of the Tim Holtz Christmas, excuse me, tissue paper. I did a little bit of stamping somewhere. Maybe, yeah, I guess that's stamping. This is one of the little Christmas collage tiles. I think this is 49 and Market. They have their, like, numbers for Advent. And this, I love these pins. I just found them. I knew I had them. Again, organization, right? Up here, we've got a little of one of the stitched pieces that Timmy has, and it looks like a nail head, Brad. Over here, on this side, we've got, these guys are so cute. These are two little kid paper dolls from the Christmas collection. I did some, the glazes, that I had, and sort of colored in her things. I don't know if I did anything on him. It doesn't look like it. This is a die that I have that says Wish. In here is a little pocket again. And look at that tiny little flashcard. Oh my God. It says Believe. I love those little, I don't know. I'm a sucker for like little things. We've got a vintage button, some poinsettias. This is just some collaging that I did. These are kind of cool. I got these when I was up at Mimi. And they were, I intended to use them as, what do you call them? Close? No. What do you call them? Well, I don't remember, obviously. But they were too small to do anything with. So I just took them home and I used them as baubles in this. So it turned out to have a purpose after all. This is a tag that just says 25 that I made. This is some burlap, some ticking. I am a sucker for ticking. I love ticking fabric. Blue, gray, red. I don't care what color it's in. I have to have it. In here's another little pocket. Look at this tiny little envelope. I don't think there's anything in here. Hello? Nope. Nada. Zilch. Bubkiss. Or something that off to the side takes too long. And then in here is a Christmas snapshot. And then this just says A Joyous Christmas. This is a little Christmas tree paper clip. And we've got a little Bible and a little star there. On the back, there is nothing. I had to leave some things, some pages with nothing, because I know how I craft, and they just get so big before I even realize what I've done. This is a little, I have that snapshot. Why do my words escape me when I'm filming? Anyway, these are two Christmas photo booth photos. This is obviously some holly. I distressed. I put some rock candy on it. Believe in Christmas, a vintage button. And this is some homespun fabric, which I'm also a sucker for. Well, I guess it doesn't come out. And a little Tim Holtz star. Empty on, nope, yeah, empty on the back. In here, We've got, this is a beautiful page. There's a woman, her name is Tracy Watson, and she creates the most beautiful papers, envelopes, tracing paper, you name it, she does it. This, I put some texture paste on some poinsettias, did a little, I put some words on there. My God, they're so tiny without my glasses, I can't even see them. This says 25 and a little snowman, and he fits right back in that pocket. Look at that. And this is her tracing paper, like gorgeous. Gorgeous. And this is just a piece of muslin. I was going to stamp on it, and I was like, nope, leave it alone. Let the recipient maybe do something. And this is another one of Tracy's. Like, oh my word. On the side here is some vintage muslin fabric and a snowflake. These snowflakes are rather heavy, I will say. This was a page that, obviously, this is the way I like to craft. Throw it at it and see what sticks. This is a frame inside some, we've got some acetate, and there's Santa. This is die that I have. I put some gesso on it so it looks like snow. Some vintage fabric, a vintage bell. This little guy sledding, the number 25. I have one of those old time, where you can make your words. What do they call this? You see my hand doing it? Yeah, that thing. And here's a star. This is one of the Tim Holtz teeny tiny little clips. Are they not precious? Yeah, so I just layered and layered and layered some more because that is my jam. Over here, we've got a little pocket. Put it down, Beth. Put it down. A pocket, one of his flashcards. This I just cut away from some paper. And in here we've got, oh, stop the madness. Okay. We've got a tag. That is a big tag. It's got a frame on it. There is a husband and wife, I guess it looks like, maybe picking out their Christmas tree. We've got some, no, that's not, it's not creepy cloth, and it's not seam bind, it's not, stop it. Anyway, it is what it is. And down there, it says Christmas decorations, 5 cents. So that goes right back in that pocket. That's a big tag. How come I don't remember making it? Okay. Here we've got, I've got another one of the, dies that I have. I think it says Wish, Peace, and Noel. That one says Wish. There's the other part of that piece that I said I wasn't sure if it came out of the Noel ephemera pack or a different one. I'm still convinced a different one, but whatever. This is some homemade washi. Another tree with some snow on it. Here's the center, and I've got some bells and a Christmas tree hanging off of there. We've got a gold star up here. This is an acetate piece. Ticking, vintage buttons, cute kids, little collaging, a lot of fun. Nothing on the back. Again, this is the same piece that you saw previously. Now, this one I did stamp on, but it didn't come out as well as I had hoped. It's a snowy scene with Christmas trees and a sleigh. Whoever gets it will be able to see it, but it's going to be hard to show on camera. And then tracing paper. This is that same envelope that we saw previously. This one I did decorate. Put a little Christmas tree with some stickles on there. Compliments of the season. Something pulls out. Oh, it says Christmas greetings. And I think I only put one thing in there. This page is just a small page. It's got some Christmas cactus, I think they are. It says Merry. We've got some washi. Some, oh my God, that's going to drive me bananas. What is it called? I've got it in every color. I've dyed it in every color. Well, it doesn't say. We've got up here just some collaging done in here. This pulls out, little girl, homemade washi. Um, I'm not, that I guess I cut from a page and then I stamped on there. Oh, that's going to drive me bananas. Nothing on the back. Okay, here we go again. I get excited when I over collage, but I just love that scene. So there's the window ledge. I put some snow on there. It says have a holly jolly Christmas. That's a baseboard. Here is a little tag with a bunch of people that depict Christmas. Some holly, 25, wish, and this is a red binder clip. Nothing here. Nothing just... Oh, yeah, there's that. Oh, I did some stenciling here. Here I kept it really simple. Just a side little piece, 25, and a piece from the ephemera pack. Some stenciling again. Here we go. We've got this little girl. She's off to the North Pole post office. This comes off. This opens up like that. And you've got this little postcard thing with a bunch of ephemera in it. So that says Mary and a little poinsettia. So that goes in there. That was holding that like that. This turns over and this bag is here. Can you still, Beth, move it over. Christmas. And I've just made an envelope out of it. And I did not put the top of the envelope on. So I put some ephemera in that. And that clip holds it together. Nope. You don't go there. You go there. All right. Here we are, two little girls. I put some fabric behind that picture. It's a Wonderful Life. Another little tree. Some collaging there. Some evergreens sticking out. Tim Holtz washi. Yeah. Cute. Here, this is just a piece of burnt music paper that I had in my stash. It's nobody specific. It's not any particular collection. This came from the ephemera pack. This one says Noel and also says 'Tis the Season. And then I cut these out with a die that I had, 25. And then here, we sort of switched colors a little bit because this had some blue in it, and I thought, you know what, let's just switch her up. This is a piece of jewelry I got either at an estate sale or maybe at the Meadowlands when Mimi and I go. We usually try to go at least once, if not twice a year. And then it's got this little envelope in here. This is really pretty. It's an embossed poinsettia, homemade washi. That comes out like that. And you stick in there. This is a little book. I stamped that there. And then you can, write your notes. Like, who's you gotten gifts for or who got you gifts so you know who to send a thank you to. Blah, blah, yada, yada. This is also part of that collection. And I want to say this is... You know what? I think it's a Polish collection, to be perfectly honest, which costs a fortune to get it shipped. But I buy it through a wholesaler, so. And then this is also from that same collection. And then you've got, this is an applique, vintage lace. This matches this, and just some trim down there. And I didn't put anything on the back. So I hope I was all in frame. I get so busy talking, I forget what the heck it is I'm here for. Like, make sure you're in frame. Anyway, I'm going to be selling this. I'm going to be posting it up on some of the Facebook groups. It is tiny, so, I'm not going to ask a windfall for it, but it also has a lot of Tim Holtz in it. And so for these particular kinds of journals, even though this has some writing space, I call it an idea book because you can take some of these ideas, mismatch them with your own, create your own stunning journals. So, thanks guys so much for watching tonight. It kept me sane for a minute till I go back to organizing. All right. All right. I will talk to you again on the flip side. Everybody have a great evening. Bye. Stop. Really?